We've got a unique environment out here geographically. We've got, this is the largest city between Denver and Salt Lake City. It's not a small town. The valley itself has about 145,000 people and about 65,000 within the city of Grand Junction. But as a result, we're the only community that's really providing services in really a pretty vast geographical area. For law enforcement, what that means is that we better cooperate with each other. We better collaborate well, because really we're all we've got. We, as a result, have built some very strong relationships in this valley because we have to and because it's the right thing to do to provide service to our community.
The two big ones in this jurisdiction are the Mesa County Sheriff's Office and the Grand Junction Police Department. But the level of collaboration and working together and the ability to coexist and not be competitive, but instead be members of the same team was evident from the first day I was here, and it's gotten better and better ever since I've been here, and certainly over my last 10 years as the elected DA, it's been a focal point for all of the criminal justice leadership in this community to work together hand in hand because it's all about getting the bad guys and keeping the public safe.
Well, over here on the western slope, we're of course isolated from a lot of our resources, and in this side of the state, there's a lesser population and access to the things that you need just with everyday life even. In understanding that equation, it goes with police work too, that we all have to have a hand in to be able to help out. The town of Palisades sits about 10 miles outside of Grand Junction, and we truly don't have any other resources to go to, so all the agencies depend upon one another. If we didn't have the collaboration, we cannot respond appropriately to answer the call. Even though we're a small agency, we have to meet the same federal and state guidelines of a police agency and respond accordingly in investigations and respond accordingly with public safety.
We have a tremendous collaboration in Mesa County, and I know that sounds like something anyone would say, but I think it's a true statement here. We have lots of examples that we can talk about which will display that collaboration, and I would say affection for each other in the law enforcement community. We work on many things together, and so I would say that I would give us an A+ on our collaboration.
We've got a regional police academy, we've got a regional communications center that dispatches for 22 agencies, about 300,000 calls per year. A drug task force for many years that collaborates with the various agencies around here. And then we have efforts not to duplicate as well. There's no reason, and in fact we can't in this area, be duplicating efforts. We can't afford to do that. So for example, we've got a bomb squad, so the county and other agencies around here don't need one. And we provide that service for agencies throughout the western slope and even into eastern Utah. The county has search and rescue, so we don't need to provide that. We provide communications and a collaborative effort with everybody else so that other agencies don't need to have a communications center.
We partner on our drug task force. We partner certainly on our SWAT team. We partner with our street crimes units. And then there's a great partnership on something with called a seizure board that all the 7 different law enforcement CEOs partner on a monthly basis to make some pretty significant decisions on how the proceeds of drug money goes to funding equipment, training for our officers. We've made sure that every officer in this county is equipped with a 223, and that was based after and because of the shootout that occurred in California at B of A, where officers were clearly outmanned and outgunned, and so we went ahead and approved that request. We've also funded a Bearcat, which of course is an armored vehicle by anybody's description. However, the Bearcat is called out on our situations when we have to go and do SWAT call-outs, and has been beneficial in keeping our officers and our citizens safe.
Our university, we've got kind of a unique relationship with our university. It's really, like many colleges, a city within a city up there. And in this case, we provide the police services to that university on a contract basis. A lot of universities that size have their own police department, and in fact it may get to the point where they need to do that as well. But for now, on a contract basis, we provide the police services to that university. We've got 5 officers and a sergeant up there full-time. And of course, if there's things that require more personnel to respond to a tactical incident or something, obviously the police department would provide more resources.
A lot goes on in this county in any given day, in any given weekend, any given night. And so partnering both with our city partners, the county has its own street crimes unit, as does the city. We have a collective drug task force, which we work with the DEA on.
We're set up here in Grand Junction, Mesa County, with a task force environment. We have Mesa County Sheriff's deputies assigned here. We have Grand Junction police officers assigned here, as well as an office in Durango and an office in Glenwood Springs. So we cover the whole western slope of Colorado. It allows us to, for instance, cross county lines, cross state lines if we need to. We can deputize officers and follow an investigation just about anywhere it goes. And then on the other side of the coin, they bring that local knowledge that DEA can also utilize. So it's a force multiplier for both the local police and for the DEA.
I'd say to other communities that find themselves in similar situations is to put away the egos, put away the preconceived notions about how law enforcement should be done, and find ways to work together. Find ways, we owe it to our taxpayers for one thing, to find ways to reduce costs for them, to reduce expenses for them, and collaborate on things that can be done jointly.